Irish idol coming now, look. Agricultural tractors have been built in St. Valentin, Austria since 1947, and the following year the factory began to also manufacture tractor implements such as mower cutter bars. When Austria became a free nation in 1955, the Republic of Austria took over the St. Valentin plant before, in 1957, it was purchased by the Austrian firm Steyr Puch AG, which traced its roots in 1864 and had a history in car, bicycle and gun production. Hello everybody, and you're very welcome back to the channel. So I'm in a little bit of a different situation today, out of the house, out of the workshop. I'm actually in the van, I'm on the road, I'm heading for Navan. So I just decided, I was pushed for time, I says I'd pull in on the side of the road at a filling station actually and record this video. But sure, where better to do it? It's nice and peaceful, it's nice and quiet, and there's no distractions. So to everyone who watched the video last week on Massey Ferguson, thank you very much, and all the new subscribers, all comments, again, thanks a million, and you're all very welcome to the channel. So today we're dealing with the history of the Steyr tractor company. Now I do have quite a bit of history with Steyr myself, having worked on a farm that had Steyr tractors for a few years, and there is actually an interview with me in the Farmer's Journal from about 2019 with Peter John Keaveney, talking about the Steyr 300 towers when they were released. I was a driver of one of those, and I was working on it and setting it up and whatnot. So there is an interview in the Farmer's Journal with me about that tractor. If anybody wants to Google it, it might still be there, you might find it. But yeah, of course, heavily related to Case these days. Now, in fact, they are Case, most of them, but they do make some of the models on their own back. Of course, the Steyr, the Terrace 300 is, of course, a Case Optum in all but you know, colour and bonnet panels and bits and pieces like that. But yeah, a very capable big horsepower, high horsepower tractor, and a fine machine to spend a week or a month or even a year operating. So yeah, we're going to look back through the history, and there's maybe a lot more to it than, obviously with all these stories, a lot more to it than what people maybe realise. And they did have a sort of a deal with Valmet at the time to co-produce a tractor, and they're involved with Fiat in regards trucks and cars and stuff like that. So as we get through it, you might pick up a little bit of information. It's a short video. I am a little pushed for time this week. It's a short video. There are not going to be too many pictures. But please listen to the audio and take it all in. And of course, as always, if you have any history with Steyr tractors, if going back down through the years, the older models especially, if you have one on your farm, if you had one on your farm, please share your information with everybody else. And I do, as always, love to hear from people. So yeah, that's it. So without further ado, we're going to get on with today's video. The first Steyr automobile was produced in 1918 under the Steyr brand. The St. Valentin plant went on to develop numerous advanced technological concepts which helped make its machines and its customers more efficient. These included high-speed diesel engines, planetary rear axles, and hydraulic controls. In 1963, the implement offering was broadened to include front-end loaders and the hamster forage loader wagon, which became a very successful product for Steyr. During the 1960s, Steyr developed its first four-wheel drive tractor based on its Type 190 before introducing this drive format to its next model of generation. This considerably improved the ability of farmers in mountainous areas especially to work their land productively and safely. In 1966, Steyr adopted the distinctive red and white livery that remains a hallmark of its tractors today. As the 1970s progressed, Steyr continued to develop ideas to make its tractors more productive and the lives of drivers more comfortable, with the unveiling of the first tractor with power shift clutchless transmission, the 760, in 1972. A year later, work started on the development of larger tractors capable of higher outputs using Steyr's very own 6.6 litre WD612 with turbocharger to provide power outputs of 120 to 160 horsepower. It was in 1974 that the tractor assembly line and tractor sales division, previously sited in the town of Steyr, moved to the new home in St. Valentin, where it remains today following gradual and thorough investment and expansion. Technological developments continued apace with the brand's first tractor featuring an exhaust-driven turbocharger, the 8160A, launched in 1976, and the unique high-horsepower 8300 with a reversible driving position, unveiled in the 1980s. The latter machine represented a new mechanisation system for large farms and contractors who could use it as a conventional tractor or in a reverse drive mode as a self-propelled power unit for implements such as mounted forage harvesters. Steyr continued to take a leading position in technological advancements, introducing EHR or electronic linkage control and information display systems, which made operation far more efficient. In 1986, Steyr Daimler Puch was split into separate companies in its key business sectors under the SDP holding company. 3 years later, Steyr led the way in alternative fuel development for tractors by making all of its models suitable for use with rapeseed methyl ester, RME, that's a fuel derived from oilseed rape. In 1990, restructuring at Steyr Daimler Puch led to the agricultural division's regrouping as Steyr Land Machine Technique GmbH SLT, based in St. Valentin. In 1995, a supply deal was signed with Case IH, and later that year Case Corporation purchased the SLT company. Some Steyr models were incorporated in the Case IH tractor line, but the brand also continued to produce its own specific product range, as it continued to do when New Holland and Case Corporation merged to form the CNH company, and still does today under the CNH Industrial. Steyr tractors are sold in Austria, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, Slovenia, Belgium, Luxembourg and the Netherlands. St. Valentin is now the European headquarters for Case IH and Steyr. Looking at some technological leadership then, the brand has underlined its position as a forward-thinking technology innovator with the unveiling at Agritechnique in 2019 of the Steyr concept. This futuristic tractor unveiled combines innovative technologies to create an environment-friendly yet efficient and functional tractor concept that shows what the future of tractor development may look like. At its heart is a modular hybrid electric drive combining combustion, engine, generator and several individually controlled electric motors to supply energy where it is needed. In 2022, this was followed by the hybrid drivetrain concept, derived from the thoughts and the discussions prompted by the Steyr concept in 2019. The hybrid drivetrain concept takes the driveline aspects further down the development road. Work has focused on the potential of electric drive systems to power a lightweight, high horsepower tractor, delivering fuel consumption advantages averaging somewhere around 8%. Supercapacity technology enables power to be boosted when demand rises, providing up to 25% faster acceleration. In the field, working with implements has also helped cover peak loads, high draft applications and has allowed development of differential torque vectoring, reducing turning radius. In addition, it is possible to transfer power to an implement via high voltage sockets front and rear. So when we look at the linking of the tractors of yesterday and today, so the first Type 180 and today's Steyr Terrace CVT flagship tractors are obviously far apart in terms of technology, but one common thread they share is their build quality. Many of the factory team are from farms and understand what the customers expect from Steyr tractors, so it's put into the building of the machines. That's why they are proud to state that quality made in Austria, and why the Steyr brand has a high level of customer retention. Innovation has also long been a reason why Steyr tractors are chosen by those seeking features to help them farm better, suggests Christian Huber, who is the CNH Industrial Vice President of Global Tractor Production Management. The 180 was light, manoeuvrable and powerful, a combination that had not always been previously possible in tractors. Today, our design retained those characteristics, but of course incorporate numerous other innovations, such as our S-brake patented trailer braking system. And if you want to know what that is, you can look it up. That's why we say we are, a partner to rely on providing products backed by customer support through thorough solutions and skilled employees. Steyr tractors have a hard-earned reputation for quality, largely due to the commitment and craftsmanship of those employees, and the passion which they built, Steyr tractors remains as strong today as when they began. There is 78 years of history behind them, and many more to come, providing the agricultural, municipal and forestry sectors with tractors of the very highest quality. After the war, it was prohibited from manufacturing arms, so it turned to trucks and cars instead. There was also a suggestion that it produced motor ploughs for the Fordson under licence during this period, although it is very difficult to verify this claim. The road vehicles were built under licence from Fiat and established a connection with the Italian company that was to blossom once again after the war. Now, this is World War One. However, the company kept the rifle target motif as its logo until 2007, when it became a much simplified crescent-shaped logo that it is today. The company did not just produce tractors under its own name, it also became involved with Marshalls towards the end of the company's life. In 1986, the company commenced to work with a Valmet in a bid to build and develop a mid-range tractor, with the companies splitting the work of developing a new engine and cab between them. Unfortunately, Steyr's bank pulled the plug on the project by selling its shares to Deutsche Bank, which wanted to merge with the company with Deutz. This was, an anthem to the Valmet engineers, who were intent on keeping the engine liquid cooled. The engine, which was developed before Deutsche Bank became involved, worked well, and as did the transmission, which continued to be used by both companies long after the split. And of course, as they say, the rest is history. So as we know today, Steyr are well wrapped up within that Case New Holland brand, that Case New Holland dealership network. And I am going to have another video. I will do another video on Steyr, on the different models, because it is a lot to try and put it all into one video. That's a history of the company for you. And that, unfortunately, is all I have time for today. So yeah, again, if you have any history with the company, if you have any history with Steyr tractors, if you had one, if you have one, please drop a comment in the comment section. And of course, as I said before, the 100 video was coming up. I'm kind of settled on a couple of ideas for the 100 video. So any more suggestions, just throw them in the comments. But until that, you might see me with a short video midweek. I have a couple of things that I want to do. I might have a video midweek, maybe around Wednesday or Thursday. But if not, I will see everybody back again as usual next Sunday morning. So enjoy the weekend. The weather's beautiful. Get out and enjoy that beautiful sunshine, if it is, of course, the sun is shining where you are. So until then, I will see everybody next week.